The Daily Mail reports that customers of the collapsed furniture retailer Made.com face losses of around £12 million in deposits made against furniture purchases, whereas around £2 million of that has so far been recovered via chargebacks. So this video is once again a reminder of what you can do to protect yourself as a consumer, because I am a barrister who helps you to understand law and helps you to avoid these pitfalls and use the law to your advantage, to demystify it, to make it less complicated so that you can use it as the law was intended. But before we go any further, if I might just ask you a favour. If you find my videos useful in any way at all, I've been looking at my statistics just recently, and around 60 to 62% of you are not subscribed to my channel. Now, I've read some comments that say it doesn't really matter, but actually it does matter, because if you subscribe to my channel, YouTube will recommend it very much more and I can reach a wider audience. That helps me to help you to continue producing these videos, to help you, to give you free legal guidance from a practicing barrister on all matters of your life. Because as I said in my very first video, many videos ago, everybody will need some legal assistance at some point in their lives. So I'd be really grateful if you hit that subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon, share it with somebody, comment below, because all of those help YouTube to spread my videos to more people. So with that, I thank you for your time, but let's move on to the video. So as a consumer, one of the best tips that I can give you is to spend some of it on your credit card. Not for the purposes of borrowing the money for something that you can't otherwise pay for. I will talk a lot more about that on my sister channel, Black Belt Secrets, which I link in the description below on all of my videos. Please go over there and subscribe for all matters that are not quite law related that I can talk to you about, such as making money, starting a business, financial tips and tricks, because I am a qualified financial advisor in the sense that I used to be a mortgage advisor and I've been in business for many years. I've turned over millions of pounds and I would love to help you in every aspect of life possible, but much more of it belongs on Black Belt Secrets. On here, Black Belt Barrister, we talk about law. So from the legal aspect, if you buy something as a consumer and you use your credit card or a loan or point of sale finance, so long as it's between £100 and £30,000, you are protected under Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act, meaning that the creditor is jointly and severally liable for the full amount of the purchase, because you've used some credit to buy it. Now, because the finance provider are merely providing finance against the purchase, the Consumer Credit Act protects you in anything that is funded in that way. So if you've put a deposit down on something from Made.com or for anywhere else for that matter, and you're yet to receive your money back, and you've used a credit card or some other kind of finance to fund that purchase, you might well be able to make a Section 75 claim. Now, there's one or two tips and tricks that I can give you from my own experience just recently. Actually turned out quite well. So a positive shout out to DFS for resolving this problem. They sent an engineer out. I'll link the video in the description below. They sent an engineer out. He tightened some screws. He lubricated the joints and the sofa stopped making the noise. But in that video, I did explain that I purchased this on finance. It was 0% over whatever it was, however many years, because if it's 0%, it costs me no more, but I can spread the payments over a period of time and I get protection under Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act. If you can do that, then you can absolutely benefit from Section 75. But one or two of the tips and tricks that come into play here are that the finance provider will very often say to you, you're outside of the first 30 days, therefore you can't make a Section 75 claim. That's wrong. They might also say you're outside of the first 6 months, which is the first period in which you can insist on a repair or a replacement. You have the right to a repair or replacement within the first 6 months without having to prove that the thing had a problem when you bought it. The onus is on the shop, the trader, to prove that there was not a problem when you bought it. In other words, it's been caused by you within that first 6 months. After the first 6 months, that burden shifts around and you have to prove it. But the point of this is, if the finance company tell you that you're outside of the period that you can make a Section 75 claim because you're outside of the first 30 days or the first 6 months or even the first 12 months, those are all wrong, because under the Limitation Act, under simple contract, which is what this is, it's a simple contract to purchase something, you have 6 years within which to make a claim. Admittedly, after the first 6 months, you must prove that the item was defective or not fit for purpose or not of satisfactory quality or any of the other things that are implied terms under the Consumer Rights Act. You can uphold those as rights and of terms of the contract because that's what the Consumer Rights Act 2015 says. But if the finance provider tells you that you're outside of these initial periods within which to make a Section 75 claim, that's simply wrong and it's misleading. You can make a claim within the first 6 years if there is anything wrong with the product. But back on point, if you've spent money in a place like this that goes bust and you yet to receive your refund and you ring up for a refund and they say, we can't help you because we're in administration or whatever it might be, if you were sensible enough to make that payment on your credit card without relying on the credit, again, I'll talk more about that over on Black Belt Secrets, so please do head there and subscribe. But if you were sensible enough that you did spend it on your credit card or another form of finance linked to the purchase, then you'll be able to make a claim under Section 75 to recoup that money. So I hope that's been useful to you. Again, as I say, 60% of you are not subscribed to this channel, so please do hit that subscribe button if you find these things useful. I'll be ever grateful, and so will everyone else that can benefit from these videos because YouTube will spread this further and wider. So in the meantime, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.